Hello, Hillary Porter here with Raven Sarah Healing Art. And if you're on and you're joining me live today, please leave a little comment, let me know you're here. Today I wanted to talk to you about a very, very basic aura manipulation technique that you can do to help yourself when you're interacting with the world, when you're making connections with people, so that you're not feeling that sense of overwhelm, but at the same time, you're not putting such a protection on yourself that you're not able to connect to anybody at all. So basically, you're able to still function and do what you need to do, whether it's picking up the kids from school, having to do family business, dealing with administrators, working, just being out in the world, because we don't always have that opportunity to just seclude ourselves away. We don't always have the want to do that either. We just want to be able to interact on a level that's less overstimulating and easier on ourselves. So I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes in case somebody else happens to pop on. But I know we are just coming out of the full moon. The full moon was last weekend and also Easter weekend. So happy Easter weekend to anybody who celebrates. And this change in weather, this change in spring, but the full moon can bring its own challenges. I find quite a difference in the full moon versus the new moon and the type of energy that people have. The energy on the new moon, I find very inward and a little bit more in mind and contemplating, and that comes out as a bit more edginess. Whereas the full moon, people tend to be more out and big and full of life and a little more eccentric, is the word that I like to use. So how can you use your awareness of your aura and the manipulation of your aura to help you interact? So I always equate it to, those days when you're shining super, super bright and you just feel so in your power and so alive. But then those also can tend to be the days where all of a sudden you have all these people coming up to you. They're very intense, and they just seem to want a piece of your light. So kind of like the moth to the flame. That's how I think of it. Where the brighter the light, the more moths that you have coming around and kind of smacking against the light. But you want to be able to control what you're attracting towards yourself. I've used this technique now for quite a few years. And now I've used it so often and so much that I kind of do it subconsciously now when I'm feeling myself either overwhelmed by a situation or I feel that too many people are coming into my space and connecting in a way that I don't necessarily want to connect most of the time it's on the energetic level. I can use my words and I can use my own personal boundaries, like stepping back and stuff like that, but they still may be in my aura. So what I would like you to do right now is take a moment and take a nice deep breath. Nice deep one. Now take a moment to see where you feel most of the energy in your body. In your feet, in your knees, your lower abdomen, solar plexus, heart, throat, your neck, your arms. Feel your hands. I want to scan those. In your head. Where do you feel that? So that's just put us in touch with our body a little bit more. Because when we feel overwhelmed, we can feel out of our body, disconnected from our own body. So now what you would do is, I'm going to go into the technique a little bit. Once you felt grounded, usually taking a couple of deep breaths just helps to bring you in just enough. And then what I want you to do is I want you to see and picture the energy field around you, your aura. There's no right or wrong answer to any of these. Just what feels right for you. So for myself, my aura during this technique is often a buttery yellow, but yours could be purple, yours could be black, it could be white, it could be green, it could be pale green, it can be any color, it could be gray. Just take a moment and see what your aura feels like to you today in the sense of color. So I've got mine. It's buttery yellow as usual. And now picture it around your whole body. Whole body. front, back, sides. I want you to picture it a little bit close to your body, so like an inch away. Now picture it a little bit further, and a little bit further, and a little bit further, until you get about a foot from your body. I sometimes picture it all the way around my body. Sometimes in my mind's eye, I only see it around the silhouette of my body. But once again, whatever feels right for you, just a nice general picture of what your aura feels like and looks like to you right now. Now you have it expanded. Now I want you to bring it in again. Just visualize bringing it closer and closer and closer and closer to your body until it's about an inch away. Let's do that again. So let's picture going out further, 3 inches, 6 inches, 9 inches. Now bring it back in. For me, it feels like the sensation of breathing a little bit, that pulsing of out and in. And the more you do this, the more easy it will become. It won't take as much focus. You'll be able to do it out when you're out in public. For now, I suggest practicing it in a space that you don't have many distractions until you get the hang of it, until you're very comfortable with it. But honestly, if you're out in public and you feel that overwhelm, take a moment, find a space that's less chaotic, even if it's the bathroom, and you can do this. Now that you have an idea of what color your aura is right now, and understand that it might change tomorrow, it might be more green for you, or purple or blue, but as of right now, picture that color that it feels like. Now, I want you to picture another layer on your aura. So you have the color, you have, to me, that's the solid part of the aura. And then picture waves, kind of like heat waves that come up off of the cement in the summer. You see all those heat waves. There's no color to them, but there's that shimmer. So you picture this shimmer overlaying the color. Now I want you to bring both of those close to your body, the shimmer and the color. And then I want you to extend them out past your body. And then bring them in once again. This time, I want you to have the color close to your body, not super, super close, but a few inches, 3-4 inches. Now take those heat wave shimmers, those little ripples, and ripple them out past this color. So you have the color a bit closer, and you have these ripples, these shimmer out past the color. Now what this does is this allows you to still be connected to people around you, but the only people that are really tuned into that energy that feels so much more personal and can be so overwhelming when there's too much draw on it are the people that you allow in to that auric space, that colored space that you've pulled closer to you. Now, we naturally have this way of the people that we feel safe with, the people that we are comfortable with, we allow them closer to us. And the people that we may not know or that we may not trust or that we may have some dissonance with, we tend to step back naturally, physically with our body. So this way, your aura is closer to you at a distance that feels safe for you for connecting. Unless a person gets into that colored space, you have more of a control over what you're sharing, how you're connecting, and you can expand your aura when they come closer, or you can contract it. But you're still connecting to the collective consciousness as a whole, to people as a whole. Now with the ripples, you also have control over how far out that goes, whether it be 5 feet, whether it be 10 feet. So people that pass through that, you're going to kind of feel them, but they're not going to be majorly intense, but you're still going to have that connection, that little bit of connection. I highly recommend, like if you go 15, 20, 30 feet with that, it's still going to be a bit disruptive. So try and keep that a bit closer to you as well. Like 15 feet usually feels about safe for me. But once again, it really depends on the situation that I'm in, also where I'm at. If I'm at my retail job, I tend to pull it a little bit closer just because there is so much intensity there. If I'm working with a client, if I'm working with you, that's a bit different as well, because I want to connect on a different level with you as we work through transformation together. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Drop a comment in the comment box below and let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see on a Facebook Live. Yeah. It was really great talking to you. Thank you for joining me for my first Facebook Live, and I hope that this technique helps you with your ability to connect to others in a way that feels safe for you, and it still allows you to be out within the world and not having to put up those barriers that prevent all connection. Have a great day.